This is Audible.
John Marshall Media proudly presents Don't Believe Everything You Think. Why Your Thinking is the Beginning and End of Suffering. Expanded Edition. Written by Joseph Wynn. Narrated by Joseph Wynn. A note before we begin. To access the workbook, please download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. For Kenna, who taught me what unconditional love truly is and how it can change the world. Preface to the Expanded Edition. I wrote Don't Believe Everything You Think to save myself from my own mind. For as long as I could remember, I never knew what life was like without chronic fear and anxiety. No matter how I tried to change my thinking, I always felt the same. Anxious, frustrated, and stressed. It wasn't until I stopped fighting my mind and began trying to understand it that things began to change. What I discovered transformed my relationship with my mind forever. What had been my worst enemy became my best friend. My intention when I released the first edition of this book was to share what I had found and hopefully help others experience freedom from their anxious minds. To me, if the book helped even one person, it would have been a success. I never expected that in just 2 years, the book would reach over 700,000 people across the world in dozens of different countries and be translated into over 40 languages. Every day, I am overwhelmed with gratitude for how much love the book has received and how often readers have shared it with their friends and family. I cannot thank each reader enough for their kindness and generosity. As the book continued to spread, I received thousands of messages of gratitude from readers and countless questions. I did my best to respond to as many of them as possible, and many of those I replied to noted how helpful my responses were. And so, when the opportunity arose, I decided to revise and expand the book to address all of these thoughtful questions readers had. The result, I hope, is a book that helps readers more profoundly on their journey to find peace. In this expanded edition, I added more examples, thought experiments, frameworks, and deeper explanations of many topics readers wanted to know more about. Poems throughout now provide another dimension for reflection on the book's ideas. One of the questions I received most frequently was about how to practically apply these concepts in daily life, so I've added a whole chapter that walks readers step by step through a methodology to help them let go of negative thinking in the simplest way possible. The book now also includes a final section of practical exercises designed to help readers practice and integrate the book's teachings into their lives more easily and seamlessly. I sincerely hope this book helps you as much as it has helped me. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you, and I cannot wait to meet you within the pages. With all my love, Joseph. Most of us only change when the pain of holding on to what we're attached to is greater than the fear of the unknown. Introduction. What you will discover in this book. We cannot change what we are not aware of, and once we are aware, we cannot help but change. Sheryl Sandberg. You know the feeling. You sit down to accomplish a simple work task, and suddenly, you are flooded with thoughts of doubt and self-criticism. Why didn't you do this task earlier? You're not good enough. You're probably going to fail at this task anyway. What if people find out that you don't really know what you're doing? Why did they get a promotion and you didn't? At a company meeting, you try to be present, but you're consumed with thoughts of how much you hate your job. You want to quit and follow that dream you've always had, but you know there's no way you could succeed in that. It'll never happen. And besides, giving up your job is too risky. You'd rather suffer uncertainty than live with the fear of uncertainty. It's better to not try at all than to try and fail, right? But it's not just about work. As you go about your day, this thinking follows you. An interaction with a friend causes you to spiral. Why did you say that? Why are they even friends with you?